Chris Dyck has joined us with August Roofing. And Chris, I don't know where you came in from or if you were driving around town. How was traffic for you?
It was good. Our office is out in Simi Valley, so I come up that way all the time. And usually, I got allow 50 minutes to get from there, and it can be kind of heavy. But even with the diversion of onto the with the truck traffic, it was clear. I was surprised. I was thinking because like my office, the power was down, so we sent most of the people home, got a generator, made a few workstations, but I was thinking, man, it's probably like a lot of work from home. The COVID, as terrible as it was, it did create some options for us. And a lot of our people can just flip to working from home.
Yeah.
And
forced you to get a little creative. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I was a little concerned, like going back to see me every day from when I meet you guys in person. It's pretty tough. So,
so Chris, I noticed during the fire there were what they call shake roofs, the wooden roofs, and there were people up on the roofs, up on ladders, trying to water that roof down.
Yeah.
A total waste of energy, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Especially they haven't allowed shake roofs in years, so that roof has got to be as dry and gone as humanly possible. It's like
no, and I realize they they kind of look cool and all that other fun stuff. If you've got one and don't want to rip it off or get it off the top of your roof, I mean, is there anything you can do to, I won't say to fireproof it, but to make it fire resistant?
No, not really.
No,
I mean they had when I started my career, Southern California was just a sea of wood shake roofs. That was the roofing material of the day, and they did have some restoration type products, but even back in the day when they were most prevalent, they really didn't work.
Yeah, I saw the some of those people. You see a spark hit it and bang, gone. Yep. After being up there, and I felt bad. The one fella that we were watching, I don't know if you caught it too, Menji, where he was up there on the roof trying to water it down, and you saw some flames pop up, and it looked like they totally engulfed the guy.
Yeah. I mean, there's no point. There's absolutely no point because, while it may seem like, I guess logically, the right idea. Okay, the firefighters are using water, so if I use water to try to douse everything, it's going to be harder for the fire to catch a blaze. But you don't realize how hot this fire is burning. It's going to completely dry out all of that water in minutes, and that's it. It's like you did nothing.
Yeah, and even the humidity is like super low, so even that's going to dry it out. And the wind is the smoke plumes are sideways, so those embers are traveling major distances.
Well, part of the reason why these fires really begun were the really strong winds, and Joe, you noted yesterday about how you started to notice some of the roof tiles or shingles have gotten loose because of that.
Yeah, I had, in my area, we got those 80-degree wind gusts and what have you. Now, all right, so when the wind dies down, I'm not telling you to go up there and do it today. What are you looking for? What are you checking for? Because I know from what you've told me and what I've seen with my own eyes, you've got loose tiles now.
Yeah, and missing tiles. That's what we'll find a lot of, just purely gone. The ones that weren't properly fastened in the first place. Or, I mean, some of it, the systems aren't designed to be at 100 and plus miles an hour. If they did, they would be, quite frankly, cost even more to install if we, designed for the once in a while. So sometimes you just got to check it. I mean, yesterday we were already getting a bunch of calls about missing and loose tiles and shingles already.
Yeah, and you need to do it pretty quick too, because when the rain season moves in, it's going to be harder and harder and harder.
It's usually right after the big Santa Ana's, and there's the jet stream turns and drops down and hits us with a good nice little dust of rain.
I have to call you anyway because I got two tiles right at the corner, the only part of the house, and they're out. The wind must have caught them just right because it's pulled them out a little bit, and I don't want them falling from there.
No.
But and again, you see some of the other ones. Now you said the red tiles that I have are cement, but also there's some black tiles that almost look flat.
Yeah.
Those are also cement, are they not?
Correct. Yes.
Wow, I'm amazed at this to no end. The heat, as Menji was talking about earlier, with the heat from these fires, they get close to these homes and maybe don't burn the homes. Should be concerned with anything like how the wood expands and contracts, maybe those nails loosening up, or do they do anything to the tiles as a whole?
Not really. I mean, actually, tile roofing is probably the best product you can have up there. They don't have a rating. We've talked about this before. Like, to get a Class A rating on a fire system, they take a burning brand, which is a certain size and certain density. They light it on fire on top of that roofing system, light it on fire, and place a 12-mile-an-hour wind on it, which, of course, we just had 12-mile-an-hour winds. So they put a 12-mile-an-hour wind on it, and once that burning brand has extinguished all completely, if it hasn't burnt through the plywood, which means it's still burnt through the roofing system. If it hasn't burnt through the plywood, it gets a Class A rating. So there's a lot of products out there that would still allow 60, 70, 80-mile-an-hour winds with a spark to actually burn through your plywood, and they still would have a Class A rating. So they don't have a fireproof code or a rating. So, but we know concrete doesn't burn, right?
Right.
So that's why concrete tiles, in my opinion, are the best roofing material if you're going to have it, because at least if the embers land on it, there's nothing really to to ignite, right?
Yeah.
Whereas even the asphalt shingles, which have the granules on top, and they've got fiberglass mats now, they are super engineered. They still, they got oil in them, right? And so what's going to happen at the extreme end of testing a roofing product, it's gonna meet its end and start igniting. Yeah.
All right, so what if I get these solar panels now attached to my roof, and we've had these fires, we've had the ashes, we've had all of this stuff.
Oh yeah, we're probably gonna need some cleaning,
Yeah, a
some
little
major
bit of
cleaning there. Huh?
Cleaning and checking and all that other stuff. And with the winds, I'm sure they're you got little sails there that are attached to the roof.
Yeah.
You want to check them and make sure they're still attached properly, right?
Yeah, 100%. That's a new. We have a new service coming out in March. It looks like and it's going to be a full roof maintenance. We're going to look at solar panel cleaning. There's also wires that are underneath your solar panels that are connected.
Yeah,
Sometimes those drop down, and then the wind is just blowing them back and forth. They can get made raw, right, on the roofing material.
Yep.
Cause shorts. Fire prevention is another thing for us, because there's a lot of people that have a lot of debris in their roof and in their gutter. What's going to happen if you got a little ember that blows and you're going to have a problem.
Right.
As well as one of the things we experienced in the fire that we had out in Moore Park, the firemen were actually going up on people's roofs, taping over the vents so that the embers wouldn't blow into the vents. So we have also included as an option to change out your vents to fire rated vents. They have vents that will actually do that. The second embers go in, they got this like a little brittle pad, and it'll just turn hard and will block off any of the thing. So we and then also look at the roof. Is there anything that needs to be taken care of? So it's kind of a holistic, like from your roof line all the way up. Let's take a look at it. Let's clean it up. Let's make sure that we can get the most out of they're very expensive things. So to replace them. So let's change the oil in that car so that we can get a few more miles out of it, right?
Yeah, I know this is gonna sound silly, but I feel like the marketing, especially out here for California, should be something like roof wellness.
Yeah.
We take a nice holistic, organic
have
approach
a Zen moment
to even though it's just like it's the regular stuff, but
right.
I feel like people love that
Yeah.
wellness. People are really into wellness right now.
For sure.
So, Chris, if you don't want, it's great you coming out with that product in March, but right now where people might be worried about it, they should call you now.
Yeah, I mean, we still, it's not a developed product, but we can still come out and clean out your gutters, and I mean, it's still something we do. It's just, the official service. And
all right, Chris, tell people how to get a hold of you.
AugustRoofing.com. And there's a form there.
You
fill
can't make
out.
it any easier than that.
We try and keep it easy for you guys.
You got to make it
Right.
simple, stupid, as they say.
Yeah.
AugustRoofing.com. If you don't know how to spell it, just go to the calendar. It's the one just before September. So AugustRoofing.com. Chris, Dick, thanks for being here. I always learn so much when you show up here with us.